Hey there. Hello, hello. How are you? I just saw the new moon card. We got a lot to talk about with these new moons, the two new moons in Virgo, and I will do that on a short. I believe I already talked about it a little bit, but there's more. All right. I want to talk more about that as we move into this next coming week. But first, let's take a look at each of your zodiac signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And see what you don't see coming. I would recommend that you get a pen and a piece of paper and go through your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign readings and write down a few words and see if you can come up with a unique message just for you, okay? So let's see what you don't see coming. We're starting with Leo. Still in Leo time for a little bit here. And we will go all the way around to Cancer. At the end, I will pull cards for everybody watching. So we are calling in the guides, please. Thank you. All right. Let's get cracking. All right, Leo, what's going on for you that you don't see coming? New life. And I just heard the word finally. Who just said that? Which one of you guys just said that? Leo, my darling, do you not see this new life coming? Or because it feels like if you're like, finally, it's been like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting. So what about this don't you see coming? What about this new life don't you see coming? That'd be interesting to see. Let's see where we're going here. Underneath, Leo energy, Queen of Wands. Lean into your passion. The universe, that's the closing up of the old chapter. So you're in it. You're in the closing up of the old chapter, right? Haven't really transitioned to this new life yet. Yep. Nope. You're just in the, it's not the end of the beginning. It's the beginning of the end. So this is just the beginning of an end chapter. Knight of Swords. Seven of Wands, the Devil card, the Three of Swords, and the outcome is the Knight of Pentacles. So that's Virgo energy. And I feel like this is going to require kind of a lot of you. I feel like what you don't see coming is the end of a cycle or the end of a relationship is going to impact you more than you think. All right. I feel like you have been kind of cavalier about it. Or if not cavalier, then just kind of like, oh, enough already. Let's get going. Let's get going. And I feel like this ending is going to take you by surprise. There's going to be a lot of anger, a lot of rage. I don't know if that's you or the other person or both of you. There's going to be a lot of anger and rage here. And I just get the feeling you're ready to kind of jump into this new life and you want to kind of skip over this part. But I don't feel like that's a good idea. Okay. And well, it's not like you're going to have a choice, but the new thing that's coming in, this Virgo energy, we have a Virgo new moon on August 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, depending on where you are in the world, and another new moon in Virgo at the end of September, September 21st. That one at the end of September is an eclipse. It's opposite Saturn. It is the end. Okay, the end, even though it's a new moon. That is the end of the end. Remember, I'm saying like this is the beginning of the end. That's the end of the end. Okay. And what gets you there, I feel like, is this anger. There's some anger in a relationship that has been stagnant for a long time. And this is the end of that. Now, you might have to feel your feelings about this, and that might be really uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to cry for this. I just want it to be over. I don't want to have any emotion about it at all. Four of Swords, Six of Wands, victory. That's great. The Seven of Pentacles feels like it's been a long road, and the King of Swords. So the prince or the knight to the king is definitely saying like we're going in the right direction. I feel like there's something here about a failure of a legal strategy. I don't know. Some kind of failure of a legal strategy that elicits a lot of rage, or some kind of strategy, some kind of way you're getting through this ending. And at the outcome is the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo. So it would behoove you this week to prepare. What's the plan? Put the steps, Virgo demands systems. It also demands specifics. Get into the specifics of your plan to get through this ending. Don't kind of leave it sort of nebulous. It needs to be, because that second new moon in Virgo is going to be where you have to go pay the piper, or pay the bill, whatever. And so you're needing to plan a little bit here. You're needing to plan a little bit here, Leo. Anything else? Because you are opposite Pluto. You know that, right? 10 of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 4 of Cups. So there's something here about, wow. There's something here about a foundation of stability, feeling like it's, or it's getting blown up, and it's really stagnation. It wasn't stability, it was stagnation. That's why the Knight of Swords is good. Like, the anger is moving you forward to make your plan. Make your plan. It wasn't stability, it was stagnation. And the awareness of that, of how long this went on in your life, maybe you thought you had stability and really it was just keeping you from growing. And you're going to see very soon how that's not a thing anymore. And the new life comes in and it's like, oh, wow. What a contrast. Life's about contrast. Okay. So get your act together by the time we have this new moon. What is your plan? Okay. What is your plan? All right. So that's for Leo. Now for Virgo, I was just talking to Leo about you having 2 new moons in your sign, one at 0 degrees, which is happening in August, and one at 29 degrees, which is happening in September. This being your sign, oh, look at that, Earth, that the pure energy of Virgo, which is the beginning of the sign, when a planet comes in, it's like the pure essence of a sign. So it's Virgo energy. I need details. I need to communicate details. Or I need to have details communicated to me. There needs to be a plan. There needs to be a system. Things need to be in place. So this first new moon, whatever you're manifesting at this time, there's a cycle here that goes to the end of September that basically says that plan will be tested. All right, because you, Virgo, are going to be, I don't know what planets you have in that sign, if it's Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, but you are definitely going to be required to lean in to creating something that is anchoring your mindset, right? You're ruled by Mercury. So Mercury is your mind, is your thinking, is your communication. And you, as Virgo, are about anchoring it, earth energy. How are you anchoring what's going on in your head? King of Pentacles. Very nice. 6 of Swords, moving forward quickly. New ideas, beautiful. Anchor them in reality. How are you going to get the money for that? Ace of Cups. How are you going to get the money for that? Wow. New opportunity here. Judgment. Woo! 10 of Swords. The World. And the Fool. Okay. Wow. 2 aces. You're rocketing toward a new beginning here. Look at this. Boy, if this is not an ending, there is a judgment. The 10 of Swords. This is done for me. World. Done. 0. The clock, the buzzer at the end of the game goes off like it's done. And here you are, Fool, on the new path already. Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups. like I was saying, new ideas coming through, new opportunities. How are you going to get the money? I see the King of Pentacles. You're showing up as the King of Pentacles. There's a whole lot you're letting go of, Virgo. A whole lot you're letting go of. King of Swords. Wow. Tower. Moon. Okay. Some of you are getting divorced. This is the ending of this. Or it's like the, I'm going to say it now kind of thing. Like it's done. Something is done. You could be dealing with an Aquarian. I see Aquarius and I see Cancerian energy here. The Tower showing up and then the Six of Cups. There's something now. It's like, it's my turn. There's something about it's my turn. Virgo, it's my turn. It's my turn to use these resources for me. If you have resources, maybe they've gone to other people. There's Cancerian energy, Chariot, Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the King of Cups. Oh, yeah. Lots of king energy here. So this feels like your masculine energy is really in a good place. And you're walking away from some kind of traditional stuff, going towards the Aquarian kind of life. Could be going towards an Aquarian, or could be going toward an Aquarian kind of life, which is more futuristic, which is like, okay, it's not the traditional 9-to-5 job. It's definitely something non-traditional. How you earn your money is going to be very non-traditional. So however you make that happen, what you're not seeing coming is the complete ending of something. Done. All right. Wow. Okay, that's for Virgo. Holy poker. All right, Libra. Libra for you. Air. We have Mars in your sign right now. You're part of the Grand Air Trine. Right? Part of the Grand Air Trine. What is going on? What don't you see coming, Libra? I've seen, where did I see Libra? I saw a lot of Libra energy in the Aquarius reading. So I don't know if you're dealing with an Aquarius as well. Let's see. Seven of Cups underneath. I'm going to take this because that feels like your third eye opening in the midst of some kind of confusion. Yeah. Five of Swords. That's you feeling very manipulated. Three of Wands, going to turn your back on that scenario. Opportunity, ending. Could be dealing with a Scorpio, Tower, big ending. Knight of Pentacles, Empress, and the Strength card. So whatever ending you're going through now, Libra, because this is you. Venus is about ready to enter the chat. And Venus is your ruling planet. So I'll talk a lot more about Venus as we go along this rest of this month. But this does feel like this is Virgo energy. The new moon in Virgo, it's like you're ready to plant seeds for the future that are very nurturing. Okay, very nurturing. I know Venus is going to be moving into Leo soon. So there it is with the Strength card and the outcome. Venus is going to be your ruling planet. It's going to be moving into Leo soon. So this is sort of like I'm getting ready to I've been manipulated by somebody and I'm asking the universe for it to be over or for there to be an ending, and it is granted in a big way. Okay? It happens very suddenly. Well, the ending happens and then I feel like the new life starts just as suddenly. There's hardly any space between the ending and the new beginning. And I feel like you might not really know that's coming, but your intuition knows it's coming. There's hardly any space between the ending and the new beginning. Nine of Cups, Eight of Cups, Two of Wands, and the Five of Cups. You've made some kind of choice to leave, and you do have an idea of what you want. The person that you're leaving behind, whoever they are, was a teacher. And they basically showed you through all the not so good stuff what you don't want. And so now you're manifesting from a much stronger place. I do feel like there's sadness and loss at this ending. Okay. But you still feel very manipulated by that person. So there's no going back to that or anything like that. That's not what this is about. This is really about you kind of closing up this connection and like kind of setting them free. And suddenly, could be a Virgo, could be a Taurus, could be a Leo, Scorpio, I guess, but it feels much more like a Virgo coming in. Also, the Virgo new moon, you really want to manifest this next chapter on this Virgo new moon. The outcome is the Leo card. So this is going to require some courage or some strength for you to let this other person go and move on. But it's all sort of driven by your intuition. Like you've really come out of a place that had been not very, I mean, I don't want to say not very intuitive, because I think you are very intuitive, but just kind of like unclear, first of all, that this is what intuition is versus this is what my, the voices of my parents were saying versus fear, all of these things. Like you basically are understanding yourself a lot better right now. And that's going to lead to a better relationship. Good for you. Good for you, Libra. Scorpio, what's going on for you guys? Oh, water sign. Have you noticed we've gotten the earth, the air, and now the water right in accordance with, we got earth for Virgo, we got air for Libra, and now we have water for Scorpio. So exactly, that's very interesting because, and I'll tell you why, in the early parts, the early degrees of every sign, 0 to 9, okay, in the beginning degrees of any sign, it is pure energy of that sign, right? So we're talking pure Scorpios. So I may be talking to people born at the early part of Scorpio, or have some planets early in the degrees of Scorpio. Same goes with Libra, same goes with Virgo. So you can go back and look at those if you want to. It's pure Scorpio energy. So let's see what wants to come through for my Scorpios here. Scorpio, darling. Underneath is the Page of Swords. Message coming through to you. Justice. Things are balancing out. 4 of Cups, trying to make things balance out. Things feel very stagnant here. Tower. Okay. If you're trying to push things to make them balance out, you could be getting a Tower, or you could be sitting in some kind of complacency right now. And the Tower's coming in. Somebody is very litigious. There's a message coming through, like you've been waiting for this message to come through, and it's a Tower. Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, 8 of Swords, and the outcome is the Empress card. Oh, that's nice. So that's Venus energy. I feel like what comes of this, some of you are, I've seen this for you, Scorpio. There's a message coming in about the end of some kind of career path, or the end of something that has stagnated. There's nowhere to go with it. And I feel like you know that, right? I feel like you can see that. You're like, I don't know where to take this next. I don't know. And so there's some kind of, maybe there's a contract that comes through that ends it, or something like, you're just like, I gotta just let it go. The Tower, talk to me more specifically about the Tower, because it's welcoming in this Virgo energy. So this could be happening during the Virgo season, or during that Virgo new moon that's happening on the 22nd, 23rd of August. King of Wands. Page of Cups. The Temperance card. And the 7 of Cups. Could be dealing with a Sag or a Leo. I think they're kind of like, they were confused by you. This person's confused by you, or this energy. The Tower can be, you think you know where you're going, and then something comes through, and it's like it kind of confuses you. There's a purpose to this. If there's an ending to a career path or ending to a relationship that's confusing to you, that you didn't see coming, there is a real purpose. And I almost feel like there's a new idea that's coming through that maybe you wouldn't have felt confident enough to do in the past because it was comfortable. Okay, something was too comfortable. And now you're getting a chance to step into this Venus energy, which is just about creativity and love energy. There's just such a different feel in this Empress outcome. Like you're really coming into your own. 10 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, the 2 of Cups, and the 7 of Pentacles. There's so many cards here. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups, 8 of Swords, the 2 of Swords. Like, it's almost feeling like you're not very connected to your own feelings right now. You're not being tremendously intuitive about things right now. Things feel like they're happening to you instead of like, oh, okay, something's coming down the road. I can feel it. You're not really... These are things coming out of the dark at you. And it's sort of like, why is that? I feel like you've cut off your intuition. Water, your feelings. You've cut off your intuition. Things got too comfortable. And so it's like the universe is trying to wake you up to go in the direction of your passions. Like if you have not been able to start a business because the job and the paycheck was just too comfortable, I feel like that isn't going to be an issue anymore. I feel like now you can go in the direction that you want to, but I don't feel like you see this coming. That's what the point of this reading is. So, Devil energy, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Look at all the aces here. And the 7 of Wands. You've been pushing back on this for quite some time because you've been too comfortable. Too comfortable with a paycheck, too comfortable with a relationship. It's like turning you out. Boom, turning you out. It's time to put some of your effort and your ideas, and there's opportunities coming in that you have been really resisting, Scorpio. It's time to open up to new opportunities. The thing you're in right now it's not going anywhere. And you may have been like not caring about that for a while, but pretty soon there's going to be a tower and you're going to care about it. You're going to care that it's not going anywhere. All right. Okay. So let's see that for Scorpio. Let's talk to Sagittarius. Death. I was thinking like, will we get the fire card? No. We're getting the death card. That is Scorpio energy. So I did see Sagittarius in the Scorpio reading. You might want to go back and look at the Scorpio reading, Sag. Let's see where this takes us. There's definitely an ending here. I feel like it's you transforming. There's something about you that's changing in a big way. 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to take that. Oh boy, I'm going to take that. Look at this. And the Tower. Suddenly Virgo. Virgo's everywhere today. The High Priestess. Death card again. All right, that's super significant. 5 of Wands. 5 of Swords. 2 of Swords. 6 of Wands. And the Hermit is the outcome. So more Virgo energy. There's a Virgo coming toward you who's been sitting on their hands for a long time. This person is really slow. Okay? And they're going to come in very suddenly. But you should know it's taken them, and you probably do know, this Virgo, it's taken them forever to get to you. And I feel like this ending that you're having, the opportunity is for some kind of confrontation. Some kind of confrontation with a person who's very manipulative. And you're going to win. 6 of Wands. You're going to win because you don't care. That has nothing to do with the Virgo. you have like graduated, you have changed in such a way that you've become like a mystic healer or um I don't know, you've moved in the Aquarian age to something that is, I don't give my heart to things that aren't meaningful to me anymore. I feel like you might be ending a relationship with a narcissist or somebody who's very manipulative. And it's like, you can't touch me anymore. Can't touch me. Can't touch this. Can't touch me. I don't care. I don't care. And that is like, this person feels like when they come in, I don't feel like you're ending a relationship with a Virgo. I feel like the Virgo is the new. The person from the past may be a Scorpio. Who's the person you're ending the relationship with? Well, you know who it is. Eight of Pentacles, Hanged Man, the Empress, and the Magician. So this could be somebody who has Mercury as a ruler. So that could be, that has Virgo energy, Virgo, Gemini, Taurus, Libra. This can be somebody who is all about money and not really spiritual in any way, shape, or form. This Virgo is very spiritual. They used to be all about money. They're bringing in some kind of tangible opportunity for you. I don't know if it's love or if it's a financial opportunity. Also the timing of this, the Virgo, within the next 2 weeks, we have a Virgo new moon at 0 degrees. It's time to manifest this new beginning. I feel like there is going to be some kind of confrontation. There's an opportunity for confrontation with somebody who is, see, this is, Magician is very manipulative when we talk about this ending. I feel like this person is there we go with the Five of Swords. This person is willing to wield their communication or money. Yeah, this is happening within the next 2 weeks. This is like the changing of the guard. So there's an ending and this new beginning with this Virgo. All right, get ready for that. You need to prepare. The new moon in Virgo is one of, it's not that nothing happens before we get to that new moon. It's that you need to prepare and have a system in place and have or at least a plan of a system. And that Virgo person or that Virgo energy is going to take you into the new chapter in a big way. Yay, Sag. All right, that's my Saggies. All right, so now Capricorn. All right, you. Protection. What is going on with my Capricorns? All right, what don't you see coming? All these readings are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And at the end, I will pull cards for everybody watching. Capricorn. All right, let's see where we're going here. 9 of Cups underneath. 9 of Cups underneath. Queen of Pentacles. Showing up as you. Situation, 9 of Wands. Opportunity, Ace of Wands. Going from something old to something new. Something that's tried and true. But it has its problems. Okay, Ace of Wands, 5 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Virgo again, 7 of Cups, and the outcome is the Knight of Wands. So things are going to move forward, not immediately quickly. I feel like this is going to be a little time of confusion, and that's maybe why you need this protection, because you are stepping into kind of an unknown land. There's a new idea here. And there's definitely a feeling of like, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. So this Knight of Wands is creative energy, Sag energy. The Ace of Wands is ideas. 5 of Pentacles, the Sun, the Six of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. So there's some a really good opportunity for you right here, Capricorn, but I almost feel like you're so worried about the money, like you almost can't get off the dime. It takes you such a long time to get going. Even though this is what you want, I'm seeing that this is what you want. This is what you will feel happy with. But like the littlest thing goes wrong with the money and it just like lays you low. So the Sagittarius energy and Leo energy you need that to keep you optimistic and positive. And then there's Virgo energy here. Like you need a plan, and you need to see the plan, and you need to work the plan. It's likely that in the past, or the situation is providing you with like, okay, all those lessons that you've learned are not for nothing. They'll be easily applied here, even though it's a new arena. And I remember leaving television news and going and applying for jobs in PR at like agencies and stuff. And I remember more than once somebody saying to me, I don't see how that your skill set is going to really work as PR. And I'm like, what? I was a producer and you're pitching producers. Like you can't see the translatable skills here, the transferable skills. Not everybody has a creative mindset. And, a failure of creativity in favor of tried and true is something that you need to really work on, because I feel like you've had opportunities in the past, and because you can't see the connections between these two things, they have passed you by. So there's this Knight of Wands, this either an external person or some kind of new energy in your life that's kind of going, oh yeah, I see how that could work. I see that if you were a TV news producer, you know exactly what pitches would work on you and what wouldn't, which is exactly what I said to that interviewer. And they were like, oh, I was like, I don't think I want to work here because I think you don't know really what PR is. I didn't even like doing it, so it didn't matter. Anyway. So Capricorn, it's kind of like needing to see the connections between things is going to be a really important part of it. Less protectionism, right? Which is what has always been a very solid skill for you. But less protectionism, more creativity is needed. All right, Aquarius, what for you? Spiritual cleansing, the ending of a cycle. Let's use this. I haven't used this today. The ending of a cycle. I just see the Ten of Swords for Aquarius. What is going on for you? What is going on for you, my darling? Aquarius. Okay. Hey, your card. The Star. Underneath. Up. Five of Cups. Endings. Loss. Regrets. The High Priestess. You're moving more toward your spiritual path. Even though there are endings, you're moving more toward your spiritual path by making these endings. It's okay to feel loss around them. That's normal. Opportunity. Seven of Pentacles. You've got some time here that you need to invest. The Devil card, the Ace of Cups. I have used this deck today. Five of Pentacles, and the outcome is the King of Cups. So, whoa, you're going to have some choices here. I see Capricorn. I see Cancer. You're going to have an opportunity here. I feel like you are worried you're not going to get what you want. And your intuition is basically leaning into failure, and you're going to have to change that mindset. That's a mindset that has held you back for a long time. You're really going to need to shift out of that. You are going to get what you want. It may not look exactly like you expected, but you're getting exactly what you want. What does that mean? Right? It may not look like what you expect. You got to lean more into your intuition here. Moon. Justice, Two of Cups, and the Four of Cups. There's something about putting feelings ahead of money. There's something about learning to cleanse or heal your deep feelings. That's going to serve you better than worrying about the money. And because feelings are intuition, and I feel like you've been stuck just thinking about the money for a long time. It's, the King of Cups is Cancer energy, and we have Jupiter and Venus right now in Cancer. There's definitely something about leaning into your feelings more, and that's going to be a win. If you keep leaning into the money thing, you're not going to get what you want. You're not going to get what you want. You're going to lose relationships with that. Oh yeah, Five of Swords, Hanged Man, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Yeah, you're going to lose. That is very manipulative. Other people feel it. If you're leaning into the money too much, other people feel it. Or being caring about the money more than the people. You're needing to care about the people. I feel like this has to do with a relationship that has stagnated or is complete or is over. And there's just this like boxing it up kind of thing. And so that new things can come in. It's time to really box up this old thing. But the takeaway is to heal your heart so you can have feelings in the future. If you're not healing your heart, you're going to be lost. Yeah, you're going to stagnate or you're going to be lost, or both. And it's really important that you pay attention to your heart more, Aquarius. I feel like you think all heart stuff keeps you stuck. Nope. And that's a belief system that needs upending. It's okay to feel sad about the ending of something. It's time to cleanse it out of your life, though. It really is. Okay, that's for Aquarius. Now let's talk to Pisces. Pisces. What's going on with my Pisces? All right, Pisces here. Gratitude. Excellent. You're going to receive Saturn and Neptune back into your sign this fall. I think it's September and October. All right. So coming back to activate the part of your life that has Pisces in it. What part of your birth chart has Pisces? Not every Pisces sun sign has Pisces in the first house. That's for somebody. Okay, so let's see where we go. King of Wands underneath. There's something specific about this. It's like going in two different directions. Conflict. Going in two different directions. King of Swords. Seven of Wands. I haven't wanted to see that we're going in two different directions. Opportunity to remember the good times or the nostalgia, talk about it. Eight of Wands, High Priestess, Four of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. There's something about no talkie. We're going in two different directions. We're not talking to each other. Okay, we're not talking to each other. And what does the gratitude thing have to do with it? What is the gratitude? Queen of Wands, Three of Swords, Ten of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. There's something about going in two different directions. I see a lot of King energy here. I feel like if you're going in two separate directions and not talking to someone, it's because there's something better for you that you're going to be grateful for. So don't hold on. Don't hold on. There's someone better out there for you, Pisces, and could be a fire sign or Capricorn. I just feel like you're showing up as the King of Swords. That feels like love is lost. All my love is gone. And now it's just like nostalgia. 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, 8 of Swords, and the 8 of Cups. So definitely moving on. Definitely moving on from this. I feel like there's no opportunity to revive it. There's no opportunity to revive it. It's time to really, I just see so much, no talking, holding back, even though there's a lot to talk about. 8 of Wands. What we talk about is generally the old days and the old times. There's like nothing new. This could be like an empty nest thing where the kids are gone. And so like now, who are we? What are we doing here? You'll be happy that you end this because there is somebody much better for you. They've just lost a partner. Or they still have heartache, maybe over you. Maybe this could be somebody from your past, but it is time to end this. The person that you're not talking to anymore. I don't know if that's a boss or if that's a love partner, Pisces, but it's time. Anything that is really, there's no talkie. It's over. All right, Pisces, it's over. Okay, so let's talk to Aries. What is going on for my Aries? We'll go all the way to Cancer, and then I will pull cards for everybody watching. So Aries, what is happening with you? Talisman, the key to your future, the key to your past, the key to your heart, the key to what? That feels like you figure something out. Aries, like you're figuring something out, like, oh, that's it. That's the key, right? It wasn't immediately apparent or obvious to you. Underneath is the 10 of Wands. Empress. That's Taurus and Libra. The Sun. 10 of Pentacles. The key to your happiness. The key to stability is stop. I was saying last night to the Libras that inside every overly compliant, overgiving Libra is a pissed off Aries. I'm going to say the reverse is true here. Inside every overly dominating Aries is someone who wants to have give and take. And like maybe there's something about needing to compromise. 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords, the Death card. Oh my God. And the 2 of Swords. So you're in a situation that looks good on paper, looks good from the outside. But there's something that like you're doing too much of, you're overly compliant or you're overly taking care of other people or something like that. And you're not telling anybody how much this is wearing on you until it's done for you. Like, I guess get this image, right? When it's done, it's done. I get this image of like a hose, and your love is like a hose, meaning it starts off with like the tap is wide open. And then every little thing that goes uncommunicated about, because the 7 of Swords is here. Like, I don't think you really were good at communicating this. The tap gets turned off slowly, slowly, slowly until it's off and you can't turn it back on. There's something about you being responsible for everybody. That's the key here. That is the key. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. You got to learn something new. 6 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. You got new stuff coming in. The old thing is done. The tap has been turned off. Like there's no way to go back to it. There's something new that wants to come in. It's even if this has been over for a while, right? Like let's say this is something that ended in your life, I don't know, a couple of years ago. Something new is about to open up to you. You've got to remember this lesson. You've got to be better at communicating and stop overly giving, or the opposite. If you let somebody else overgive and you didn't, and you heard about it, you have the key. You have the key now to how you're going to have a happy relationship going forward. And it's important that you listen. Yeah. 10 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Lover's card, and Libra. The Justice there is the pissed off Libra. So it could have been with somebody who was an air sign or a Leo. And I guess get Virgo here too, that that person, you or that person, it was very one-sided. You either did everything and got nothing back and then eventually just collapsed under the weight of the overgiving, or the other person did that. And it just got too much. The reason this is coming up, this may have been in a past relationship for you. The reason it's coming up is you have a new opportunity for something that's really, really good. Don't forget that lesson. It might have been a long time ago. All right. This might not have been a recent lesson. All right. That's for Aries. All right. Taurus. Let's go for Taurus. Come on. Let's use this. Magic. I like that. What is going on for my Taurus? All right. I see a Page of Swords coming up. Messages coming through for you. Maybe you're opening up to your spiritual gifts more here, Taurus. What is happening for Taurus? 2 of Pentacles underneath. This way or that way. Ooh. Knight of Wands. Are you dealing with a Leo or a Sag? Wow. Ace of Wands. Page of Pentacles. I feel like you just stepped out of an old life and into a new life. There's somebody that you have a lot of passion with. 8 of Cups. Tower. 8 of Swords. 4 of Swords. Some of you might have had an affair, a very passionate affair, and it opened you up, okay, in some ways to learn some new things. It also was the foundation of a spiritual awakening. All right, this person opened you up spiritually. So even if this isn't a love, or some of you had an affair, but some of you, there's a third person in your relationship or in your life, a third party that is doing things. They're showing you they are doing things with their life that you want to do. And it suddenly hits you. Oh, wow. They're a teacher for me. They're helping me see what I really want. It comes through in jealousy. All right. You might feel jealous of this person. They're inspirational, but you might like, I don't want to be inspired, right? Like 4 of Cups, 7 of Swords, the King of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. So your current relationship or how you have been dealing with life has been very matter of fact, very cut and dry. And honestly, like things have stagnated for you. And I just feel like the King of Swords is very much about like, I mean, it's about the law, but it's also about detachment. I feel very detached from my life. There's a person who's really showing you how to be aligned with your mission and purpose. And boy, howdy, does it happen after that. As soon as you get aligned with your mission, everything gets blown up. Okay. Everything gets blown up. You're like, oh, wow. Spiritual awakening is supposed to be awesome. It's kind of sucks here. Like there's all these things happening. It's fine. It's fine. Taurus, it's fine. Being inspired. And then all of a sudden it's like a chain reaction that blows up a life that would never have allowed those things. So you're going in a good direction. It may not feel like this for a little, it may not feel like it for a little while. And so you may just lean into meditation, lean into your spiritual practice. Could open up spiritual gifts here too. Hermit. Oh yeah. 5 of Cups. Page of Cups. 10 of Cups. You're going in a really good direction, but it may not feel like it right now. It may feel very challenging, very difficult. And it's like, oh, why did I open up to that new spirit guide? Why did I do that? Because everything has gone to hell in a handbasket after that. Well, things were too stagnant before. It was time. That's why. All right. That is for Taurus. That is for Taurus. Let us look at Gemini. Going to look at Gemini. What's going on for you, babies? Trust. Trust. Okay. Gemini, Cancer, and then I'll pull cards for everybody. Trust. What don't you see coming? Boy, I can just feel like the hackles of Gemini going like, what? Why do I have to trust? Like that makes, just like feeling your hackles go up on that one. What is going on here? Underneath is the World. I'm going to take the Wheel. Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Pentacles. What the heck? 6 of Cups. 9 of Wands. I feel like you're kind of like not paying attention right now. You're dealing with someone who's got a lot of shame. Okay. Empress. Opportunity. Judgment. King of Pentacles. 5 of Cups. And the 7 of Swords. Wow. Somebody's lying about money. Or it's a shameful thing. Someone has done a shameful thing. They're lying about money. Taurus, Libra, Capricorn, Sag, or Pisces. Someone has done something shameful about money. And I feel like this is not a new experience for you, that there has been a lot of lying about money in your life, maybe with your family, or not a lot of, I feel like you haven't been really grounded in money for a really long time. And you might just be now figuring out money, but someone has lied to you about money. This brings to mind a friend of mine who her whole life was told that there was going to be a big inheritance. And then her parents died and there wasn't any. And it was sort of like, I always thought to myself, I'm like, how did they know there was going to be a big inheritance? Especially, during the time of their passing, they were quite ill and needed that money. So if I were her, I wouldn't have prepared or expected. And then like, what are you expecting in your head about the money? What are you expecting? Someone is lying about money. And like, what are you expecting? I feel like you're I feel like you're sticking your head in the sand a little bit, like maybe something about how you learned about money as a child is coming up again, or how you didn't learn about money is coming up again. There's a loss, and then there's a lie. There's a lie here. There's a lie here. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. 4 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the Hanged Man. I just feel like you need to prepare yourself that maybe there's not any inheritance, or that the family can't help you for some health reason or something like that. This 5 of Pentacles, this shame piece over here, Fool, Ace of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the Hermit. Like this is you're getting away from this situation. What you don't see coming is there's a loss, and there's a lie around money. I feel like you need to not be frivolous with your money and just expect that someone else is going to help you or whatever. Like you need to not do that. You need to not put it on other people to help you with some kind of money. You need to help you with money. I feel like you were connected to somebody who has shame around money, and that was something you shared as a child. Meaning that you didn't know that much, you didn't know anything about money, or you had some kind of feeling like I didn't know how I was going to take care of myself as an adult. Like you didn't really understand money. Like it's time for you to understand money. Okay, Gemini, it's time for you to get wise about money. This could be coming in for some of you that there's a person who isn't good about money or who has lied about money. Okay, there's somebody who's lied about money. And I feel like this is coming in, the aha moment of it is coming in around these Virgo new moons. So end of August, end of September. The one at the end of September is opposite Saturn. Saturn at 29 degrees of Pisces. So there can be, that new moon is going to be really challenging, a challenging conversation, Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury, or some kind of new structure that you have to put in place because there was a lie about resources or something. So Gemini, get ready. Okay. I want to know, what's this trust about? Okay. This can be about trusting yourself. Maybe too trusting of other people. Yeah. Too trusting of other people. 8 of Swords, Ace of Swords, the Chariot, and the Moon. So it's like, I have a fear around what the truth really is. And so you're too trusting with other people, or you just don't trust yourself at all. You don't trust your intuition. So you're kind of just like letting other people drive the train. You got to stop doing that, Gemini. Okay. All right. That's for Gemini. Now for Cancers, let's see. What do I want to do? Where's that other deck that here? I'm going to use this. Cancer. Friendship. That's nice. What's going on with friendship? Friendship. What is happening there? All right, let's check out the friendship for Cancerians. What is happening for you? What don't you see coming? What don't you see coming? Underneath is the 3 of Wands. There's a Knight of Swords coming at you. Like you're not expecting it, or you're expecting it. You're expecting someone to be angry. Ace of Wands, new idea. Situation is the 7 of Cups. I have no idea how to implement this idea. We have Virgo energy here. So I'm just going to take that because the Virgo new moons are happening at the August 22nd, 23rd. And then again, Virgo new moon as an eclipse at the end of September, opposite Saturn. Opportunity, Leo, strength, Empress, 4 of Cups, Emperor, 5 of Pentacles. I feel like you are expecting someone to be angry. There's something about like, I don't know how to implement this. And it's because you're not stepping into the courageous fight. You're not being courageous enough or something. It's like you're too comfortable. 4 of Cups. Things stagnate because you get too comfortable. And then that brings in a loss of 5 of Pentacles. So you have an idea, Ace of Wands, you're inspired. I almost feel like there's somebody here that definitely, the Empress, the Strength card, the 3 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, though. The Devil card, too comfortable standing still. 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and the 7 of Swords. Oy vey. Okay. So there's something about shame around money. I just was talking about that with Gemini. Shame around money. There's a lie around money, or a lie around being too comfortable. And so I let the money drift away, or I let my winnings, because this is poker, right? Like I was trying to win it all back, or I was trying to do it all in one fell swoop. I was trying to get all my money back in one, and it just, somebody ran off with it or something like that. I feel like you can't tell your spouse, or you can't tell this other person that they are going to be angry about this. All right. What is the friendship thing? Maybe this is a friend that you were working with, or you're building a company, or building a 10 of Cups, 8 of Cups, King of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. I feel like you chose money over love, and it's not working out. I feel like you made the safe choice. I feel like you made a safe choice, and it's turning out to be the least safe thing. Especially because you have these other ideas. You chose to walk away from something that was meaningful and walk toward money, and you end up getting stuck in something. It also was very, very stagnant for a long time. What else for Cancer? What's the courage? What courage is it going to take? 3 of Swords, Hierophant, end a relationship, 9 of Swords. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it because you're going to be on the hook for money, and you're going to be losing a lot of money if you break this partnership. You made a safe choice, and it turns out the money, because of the energy of the connection, the money is draining away. Okay, the reason for this new moon in Virgo, or this Virgo energy, is that you're needing to manifest something else. You're needing to manifest something that is going to work for you, but you need a plan. Virgo is all about the details. Tell me the details of the plan. I just feel like don't go safe again. You're needing some kind of courage to go toward this new thing. And there's something about you're trying to win it all back in one, like with one poker hand, you're trying to win all your money back. But because you're in a situation that is draining your money, even if it comes back, it will just get drained again. Anything good for Cancer, please? Anything good for Cancer? Fool. 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. Expect to be on a new path. Ask for people who are going to help you. Ask for people who are going to bring, maybe this is a new friend that brings in some kind of new opportunity for you. Okay, Cancer, the old playing it safe did not work. It's time to do something else. All right, so let's read for everybody. I'm going to put this over here. Let's read for everybody. I'll use different decks. Let's see. I'll use this, I think. And, oh, okay. Let's use this. All right. The Cosmic Journey Oracle. This deck, if you like this deck, this is the Sacred Symbols deck. If you want to learn to read tarot from me, there's a link below in the description box. Or if you want to jump onto the astrology course, that is in the description box below too. That starts live October 22nd. There's some nice perks for jumping on early. Okay, let's see where we go. All right, my darling. Memento mori. There may not be a someday. Get cracking. Divine Dragon. Find your star family in this cosmic game of hide and seek. You are perfectly imperfect. There's something here about finding yourself. Something here about finding yourself, and like all bets are off. Like I'm not going to stay the safe road. I'm finding myself. I'm finding that You know, perfectionism is a trap. I've been talking about the Virgo new moons coming up end of August, end of September. And the lower vibration of Virgo is super judgy and also perfectionistic, which blocks curiosity. It blocks happy coincidence. It blocks a lot of things. All right. So this is about opening up, letting go of perfectionism. Two of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, trying to do everything or be everything to everybody. Two of Wands, making a different choice now. King of Wands, like that, that's Leo. Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles, woo! 10 of Swords, and the outcome is the Six of Wands. Some of you are really letting go of an old life that was very overwhelming to you. This is about overgiving. This is about oppression and trying to make something work. You know, 50 million ways I've tried to make this relationship work. I'm finally deciding. Two of Wands, I'm deciding the opportunity is to take action on my own behalf. If I can ever pick this card up. King of Wands, take action on my own behalf. And I've been thinking about this for a long time. It's done. This old life is done. This old way of being is done. And I love the victory card here at the end, the Six of Wands. Some of you could be inspired by a Leo, Aries, or Sag, or a Scorpio. Some of you could be just seeing how much you've been trying and trying and trying to make something work. And it's just never worked. So 10 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. The Knight of Wands, the Lovers, there's the Scorpio energy, the Death card, and the Nine of Swords. I feel like some of you feel you're being hasty about this. That there's an ending here. But you have come all the way down this road, 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords. You've come all the way down this road to make this decision. And this is a choice. But there's worry here. There's worry here that I am ending this prematurely. That there could be another way. There could be something else I can do. And it's like constantly back and forth and back and forth. There's something else I can do. There should be something else I can do. Got the Death card here too. Six of Cups, Eight of Wands, the World, again, done. The reason for this is you need to step into some wisdom about this. This person was a teacher. I was going to say to you that you think you have time. It's an illusion. You think you have time, you don't. And the more you waste in this Two of Pentacles, back and forth, the more you waste, the less time you're going to have for something a lot better. The Six of Wands coming through here, victory, and finding your star family and being your divine self. Don't waste the pretty. All right, you guys, that's it for this week. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.